I'm sorry, I'm not sleeping. I just really needed to pee. I apologize. Welcome back, thank you. Let me see, is this Spider-Man's ass? Very nice.
Full human experience. Many would say childbirth.
It's a baby, congratulations. You're pregnant now. Do you wash your hands? Yes. Do you want to lick it? I still have the droplets on it. Blah, 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 blah.
But that only produces 48% of the pain of being an immersive sim fan. This is a cursed genre. Anyone who attempts it dies. Looking Glass, dead. Troika, dead. Ion Storm, acquired. And Arkane is currently decomposing in a corporate merger. But before that, they put out a masterpiece. I know, this was news to me too. So why have I never heard of it?
Peggy 18.
Because of a name. That is Prey 27.
Dude, I'm so sad that we never finished it. So sad. The Subathon ended too late or too early. I started the game too late. It was so good.
17, not to be confused with Prey 2006.
Wait, there's another one?
Or Prey 2014, the TV show. Or Prey 2022.
Why is there so many Prey?
The movie. The optimal title is right in front of us. It's a successor to System Shock that's
Is it a brain?
It's about the mind. Psycho Shock. But was renamed
So
by
smart.
Bethesda Softworks, a ZeniMax
Psycho Shock? Oh, maybe it would have sold better then.
corporation because they had the IP sitting there for 10 years and didn't know what else to do with it. This game has no discoverability or brand identity, at least with some series. If you
Hello? Hello?
told me I was going to be playing a stealth game where the objective is
Excuse me, sirs. But I found something interesting for you. I do know. What are you looking at? The lamp. Sorry, I'm looking at the lamp.
blend in with a crowd as the
My
only
bad.
black man in Japan. I would tell you, based on the stock price, I kind of expected that. Similarly,
Why is his ass so round? Why is it so perky and round?
if you told me
My
a Jewish
goodness.
man was about to shill VPNs for his personal gain, I also expected that.
VPN?
Would you let a stranger watch your children? Would you share intimate details of your life with a trash collector?
I hate this image. Thank you.
Should you give your local tweaker your social security number? This
Nah.
is more of a hypothetical. It's how I've lived my life for the past 20 years.
Nick, yeah.
But now, my children are missing, my bank account is frozen, and my identity has been stolen. I've tried calling, but they insist they're not missing. They have a new dad, and he's more me than I'll ever be. I've since learned from my mistakes, and I keep my new, better children safe with Express.
I knew better children. It's just so sad because there are many parents who actually do make new and better children. It's like, yeah, fuck the old ones. I have a new family now. They're so much better.
VPN.
Yes, excellent.
Every time you connect to an unencrypted network, be it at a cafe, the airport, or even your hotel
There's not even sexy ladies. 2 supermodels, 1 trampoline. Nice.
room, your online data is not secure. Anyone
Damn.
with a little know-how can see everything you're doing and steal your personal data. Order a pizza to your
I don't know about you, but for me, there's different ads pop up when I go to sites like that. But it's, you know, that's crazy.
is hard to explain without spoilers. And there will be spoilers in about now. Who am I? Who are they? What
I'm
did they do to
sexy.
me?
What's happening?
They took your foreskin.
Whoa! Not my fort. Oh, bro, what? Excuse me. Why? Exactly. Why? Why? They must pay. Give it back.
Now take it back. What is Prey? I don't know. What do you do in Prey? I turn my
I screamed. I screamed a lot, and I was not trusting the coffee cups. All the coffee cups are enemies, and I got lost. Oh, I got lost so many times. And also coffee cups.
myself into a roll of toilet paper and hide inside the women's bathroom.
You can be a roll of toilet paper. I was playing the game wrong. I fucked up. I could have been a roll of toilet paper.
Because I finished a side quest that puts psychoactive DMT into the drinking water,
No.
I can reliably do this for the next few hours. In all seriousness, it's a game of Gmod prop hunt, where you get jump scared by filing cabinets. The difference is, it's a AAA title that doesn't assume the player to be retarded. Here's how they
Oh, then that's why it was so hard for me. Oh my god, of course. They assumed that I was smart. That's where they always make the mistake. It's like the hair is not a dead giveaway or what?
Introduce their first weapon. What does it do? Well, I don't know, but it probably freezes enemies and sticks to walls. Oh look, a corpse I can loot. Good thing there's a
I have never noticed that corpse up there. I never went up there.
ramp-shaped trail of glue I can...
Fuck. Never noticed that. I never seen that. I remember circling around the entire area because I got stuck by something.
climb up. Maybe I can use this weapon to climb on other things in the future.
Oh no. Oh no. I'm a dumbass. Oh no.
Sure. Oh, the path upstairs is locked. Good thing I have this glue cannon. Was I stopped in my tracks to explain how this works? No. Was there an NPC in my ear going, Morgan, squirt your glue to climb upstairs? No. Did I have to demonstrate?
I feel such a dumbass. Jesus Christ. We are actually degrading backwards. Honestly, yes. Yes.
My understanding of a weapon and its applications in order to proceed? No.
We are so cooked. We tried. Yeah, I know. No comment.
Oh, the entire game is like this. It presents a number of obstacles, gives you tools to conquer them, then stands back and lets you figure it out yourself. Ultimately, this isn't complicated, but I have to give praise, because video games are a lowbrow field designed for knuckle draggers. After a solar flare knocks us back to the Bronze Age, they will return to their rightful place, plowing the...
Nope, I will just die. I already decided that if anything happens, like a zombie apocalypse or something, I'm not planning on surviving. That's gonna be my D end. I will probably like hog a bunch of chocolates and like trash food. I will eat it and then I will go and kiss a zombie on the lips or something. No.
Props. And I will be a low-ranking overseer until I succumb to typhoid, only to be replaced by a taskmaster twice as cruel. I have no illusions that the peasants will...
I don't know what this is, but I kind of want one. It looks like a ball sack, but it also probably makes a noise. And I really like that.
Forget me, but in their mind, they will hold the vague idea that things used to be better. But I digress. You are trapped on a space station full of Redditors who say, oh my science, when they see Darwin claws evolving down the chimney, the heaviest weapon is a shotgun, and aliens are eating everyone on board. The glue gun being the first weapon is a message. This isn't a game about blasting everything in sight. Well, actually
why not? But the violence!
The first I hot glue...
Dude, but okay, but can we just ask the real questions here? Why are the aliens so cheeked up? Because even from here, I can see two perfect cheeks. If not friend, why friend-shaped?
First, I hot glue them like a Toho figurine before...
Why are you staring at the... I'm sorry, what am I supposed to look at?
Bashing them with a blunt object. It's a game about using your brain, and everyone else's brains too, by injecting them directly through your eye socket. This is what the station is designed to produce, outside the jurisdiction of any pesky laws. The Neuromod. The brain is the ultimate pattern recognition device. If it sees a pattern, it forms a new pattern of neurons. Thus, it is a physical reflection of your...
I thought you cannot recognize patterns again.
Memories, experiences, and skills represented by trillions of connections between billions of neurons.
Now I can? Is it back on the menu? I was told that the pattern recognition is bad and we don't do that anymore.
Neuromods, we can copy the physical brain structures responsible for individual skills and paste them directly into the brains of others. I can map out Epstein's brain.
Okay, but let's be real. If there would be anything and you could inject whatever skills you can into your brain, and you would have to jab yourself with two huge needle like that, just like that, no one would fucking do it. No one. No, what if your hand trembles and what if you miss? Would? Nah, you have a big fucking mouth, but you wouldn't do it. Picking up females, even if you would become like a literal god on Earth, with like 2 meter and muscles and high intelligence and a gigantic monster dick, you wouldn't do it. Nah.
Inject it and be very confused as I recognize every Mossad agent on a first-name basis. Turns out, you can also give people abilities that aren't on the human skill tree, like telekinesis or fireballs or...
Twisting testicular torsion? That's in-game?
Or the ability to morph your body to mimic any small object. How is this possible? In short, Kennedy survived his assassination, and now, because of a misplaced bullet, we're farming aliens from a Soviet satellite. Aliens with magic powers that eat and digest consciousness itself.
It's always the commies, right? Have you noticed that it's always... It's always the Privyet, it's always the
What could
comrade.
possibly go wrong? Neuromods are this game's upgrade system. You
Man.
find, craft, and spend them to unlock new abilities of human or exotic origin. The game discourages you from taking too many alien abilities by warning you that past a certain threshold, the station's defenses will identify you as a foreign body and shoot on sight. This would be a reasonable drawback if a station had any defenses left. You're making me choose between pyrokinesis and a turret that struggles with the smallest enemy.
Okay, to be fair, those turrets were kicking my ass, so it might be a skill issue on my part. I didn't take any alien abilities at all.
Neuromods offer a variety of new solutions to different problems. For example, there are a few ways around this, but the most obvious is to use a grounding resistor. With enough repair skill, you could fix the one right there. Or you could go through the enemies downstairs to get to the storage closet, which can be hacked to find a replacement. I, however,
Dude, is this why it didn't sell well? Because they were actually expecting you to be smart? But it can be, because Bloodborne and whatnot is like very, very famous, and that's also hard. Yeah? But, no, it can't be.
did none of these things. I stood in a box, turned into a binder, and slid through a
It's kind of like a sci-fi Bioshock, but like less hand-holding.
gap in the window. This is a valid solution to
This is mentally hard. It's like a little bit puzzly, but in some ways it reminds me of Portal, and people love Portal because even there you have to think about like what kind of way can I go through this. So
most of life's problems. I'm about to be mugged. I
you
turn
need creativity in this game. So in Portal, I only brute forced a few ones.
into an empty bottle and roll down a storm drain. My wife is about to be mugged. I turn into an empty bottle and roll down a storm drain. My
I want to have this.
wife is asking for a divorce. I turn into a set of stairs and push her down. With these abilities, gameplay becomes a question of using what you have to tackle the problems
How could I not think about this?
in front of you. If you need to reach something high up, you can use the jump
Genius.
upgrade, make a gravity well, or mimic an operator and fly there directly. And if nothing else works, you can always rely on the glue gun to build yourself
It's a cum gun.
a staircase. However, enemies respawn.
Crusty cum gun.
Ammo does not, so you need to make careful use of resources. Thankfully,
Oh my god. Did she just like bitch slapped him with a trash can or something? Oh my god, my poor boy, he knew
you need
nothing.
to make careful use of resources. Thankfully,
You can do that? Oh my
we have another
god.
great mechanic to help us with that. Recycling.
Oh my god, do you remember the recycler? This is why the game didn't sell well. It took me like half an hour to understand how it works. Oh my god. I swear I'm not even retarded. It was, yeah.
Any item can be dropped into the recycler and broken down into its constituent matter. This can be fed into a fabricator to 3D print any schematic you possess. This solves a major issue with survival games. When you have limited resources and tough enemies, you're encouraged to make every bullet count. But with a variety of ammunition, you feel the need to carry every single weapon and overload yourself in the process. Recycling fixes this by converting items you don't use into items you do. Normally, games
Fentanyl? Hello?
achieve this by letting you sell equipment, but then designers completely lose control of a player. How do you stop someone from shooting everything and encourage them to experiment if they've already sold all the fun toys for more?
No, this is what I did. I was trying to shoot everything and then I didn't get any ammo and then I didn't have any shit to sell or recycle and then I was screaming and I kept running back to the bot who was healing me and I was just punching my way through
Or
it.
shotgun ammunition. Well, there are 4 types of material, so items are limited by their total availability. You can't just print one thing. You have to make a conscious choice between different munitions. Okay, now that we've covered recycling, you have enough context to understand my favorite
Do you ever have that in your soul when you know that there is a more intelligent solution somewhere and you could just like pause in life and reach for it, but instead you're just brute forcing the same path over and over again because eventually if you fist someone hard enough you can shove it in until your entire elbow fits every day, right? It's not just me. Yeah. Yeah.
item in the entire game. Instead of
Yeah.
a regular grenade, Prey has the recycler charge, which creates a spatial vortex that sucks everything in and recycles it.
Oh my god, he recycled the little baby mimics.
This includes every single physics object you see. This is the beginning of my
It's a recycle gun? Oh my god, you can recycle people as you go? This genius.
Descent, because the moment I get hold of a recycler charge schematic, I stack everything I find on a single floor. I take Materials Expert to get 20% more recycling yield
that's
and implode
so
everything so
smart.
hard that I print 6 more of them. From here, I go insane and farm every single fab material and craft infinite
Dude, you can fondle balls all day. Jesus Christ, it's heaven.
Neuromods until the schematic DRM kicks in, because the game needs a side quest to pause my power fantasy before I resume and craft every single Neuromod and unlock every ability in the game and break everything forever. I love a good sandbox. Put me inside.
Wait, you can unlock literally everything? Oh my god, you can be so overpowered by the end of the game,
One,
Jesus
and I'll
Christ.
have those kids paying protection money before
Yes,
recess. I can
that's
glaze
crazy.
this game all day, but its biggest weakness is the enemies. All you get is Black Blob and Robot. I guess
Hey.
the budget had to go some.
I like my black blob. It was very scary. Dude, I know that it should get like stale and whatnot, but every time they appeared, I got scared. Like, it wasn't predictable.
Somewhere. Look, I understand the narrative importance of a 3-hour cutscene where Alex Yu jerks off and moans in the shower, but halfway into it when the steam fogs
I did not reach that game. I didn't. Is that the thing?
everything up and it's just his ass print against the
He's just refilling my cum gun. Thank you, brother.
glass, I really caught myself thinking,
Damn.
could we have an extra alien,
coming.
please? At least the predominant blob we do get is so interesting, it almost makes up for it. Our perceptions are geared towards ignoring background objects. Mimics abuse this by turning every physics object into a potential ambush. If you get too close or try to pick it up, it'll kill you. They're not as
Dude, the health pack. Every time I'm like, oh my god, the health pack. I can pick it up and it's like, nope.
deadly as the rest, but they do give
Nope.
you a healthy
And then I got diddled.
dose of paranoia. Oh, why would there be 2 trash cans? Never mind, I think I'm actually retarded. They're fun to fight. They make every environment an interactive clown show.
Dude, that's the worst when you're like having like an aha moment. Like, why would there be? But actually there is just 2 and then it's just like, oh, you paranoid motherfucker.
Where I preemptively attack every piece of furniture. From the security footage, I'm just a man fighting my demons, and
Oh
no
my
one can
God.
tell who's winning. That is, until you get the psychoscope and upgrade it to scan mimics, removing your suspicion and replacing it with a compulsion to press Z every few seconds. This might
Nah.
sound annoying, but the trade-off is incredibly
It is annoying.
cathartic. Each time I execute a mimic, I get a muscle memory. It's like I've done this before, and I think I was good at it. The sad thing about mimics is that they're only capable of imitation, so there's no way of knowing if they're really a blob or if they're just conforming to expectations placed on them. Phantoms are humanoid shapes that repeat random phrases from their former host. Thankfully, this game was made before the conception of brain rot. Imagine the primordial fear of hearing the words "Livy Dunn, rizzed up baby Gronk" before being torn apart by your fellow crewmen.
I wasn't sure what he's trying to say, but now I understand what he's trying to say, and I think society is a mistake.
Normal phantoms are very normal, in a sense that normally they'll kinetic blast your health bar within seconds. They also exhibit an anxious, preoccupied attachment
That's a
style,
mistake.
because the moment they spot you, they tweak out and reappear in front of you. Etheric phantoms blip around at high speed so they can no-clip and smack you in the face. If you try to fight back, they split off into 2 copies and blip around faster each time you hit them. Luckily, the Q-beam
Why can't there be just one that just wants to embrace me and just like very sexily like twirl around me till I breathe my last breath? Like, they could make it a little bit like, you know, appealing to the true fans, you know?
doesn't cause damage. It only excites
For me.
particles until they
Maybe I'm into it. Maybe I'm not. You don't know that. Don't judge me.
explode, at which point you should clear the
Go and look at Monster Hunter titties or something.
area, because even in death, this thing will still try to kill you. Thermal phantoms walk up and cook you instantly. Forget
Oh.
immersion. They exist to gaslight you into thinking there's a strategy for their element. There isn't. Despite being a fire extinguisher, the glue gun is actually worse against thermals.
What?
Voltaics are the worst, because they do everything listed above and fry all of your electronics. The only answer to the phantom question is analog firepower. Mimics reproduce to become weavers, which float around, turn crewmates into phantoms, and spit out cystoids when threatened. Not
Ew.
that you'd notice, since if you pop their shield, congratulations, you're having a seizure. Lore-wise, they're very important. In gameplay, they're just annoying, and in my case, they still terrify me. Once, I went outside the station to
Oh my god, it reminded me when we went out to space and I got lost in space and it took me so long to find back because I couldn't understand what sign is the door and what is not, and I was just like outside floating in space, and I was like, no, should I reload? I'm so far gone. What do I do?
Explore in zero gravity.
And like in gravity, like you turn upside down, and then like what direction was I standing in? Am I upside down? Is this the left? Is this the other left? How many left there are? There's like a 360 degrees left.
Drifted towards the shuttle and alt F4
Oh my
the game
God, it
because
was
my
awful.
screen glitched and my character started screaming in the vacuum of space. This isn't a horror game, but getting jump scared without sound.
How the fuck is that not a horror game? I was terrified. Dude, my cheeks were tighter than...
At 2 a.m. in the morning can make a grown man crinkle in his diapers.
Yes.
Telepaths mind break everyone around them into walking landmines. Knocking them out will break the telepath's influence and save a human life. But remember, every survivor is a lawsuit waiting to happen. You need to
So true. So true. Honestly, don't keep them. They're just gonna sue you.
kill or incapacitate their victims before attacking.
You can recycle humans! Oh my god, you can recycle. You can recycle humans. With the recycle grenade. He just recycled them. Yes. He just turned them into something more valuable, and that's balls. Look at them. There were people, now there is only balls.
Need to kill or incapacitate their victims before attacking them. But
Beautiful.
even on their own, they can spam homing projectiles and block your abilities. However, this is the perfect time to explain why you're immune to their effects. The psychoscope. Scanning different aliens with a psychoscope lets you unlock their abilities. There's a huge variety.
Excuse me. Nice.
There's a huge variety, they're very fun, and none of them
Nice.
matter whatsoever, because the telepath has the best one in the game. Psychoshock is a 10-second nullification of psionic abilities, which works on anything and everything in the game. And unlike the null wave transmitter, it is virtually infinite. Does this diminish the experience? No, not at all, because technopaths exist. Choosing Typhon powers
What?
over being friendly with station security is no longer a dilemma, because technopaths will hack your operators and possess your turrets.
Oh my god, that's genius. You can be like a half UFO, half engineer sort of build. Oh, that's so
In
good.
ancient Greece, Perilaus built the brazen bull for Phalaris, only to be cooked by his own torture device. I can't help but feel the same way.
Bro, people were kind of fucked up in the head back then, huh? Huh.
As I'm shredded to pieces by the same turret I repaired 5 minutes ago. Good luck killing
You
them.
never heard about that? The people making a metal bull and being burnt alive? I think it kind of rings a bell, but like, you know, like, I forget the good stuff.
Because whoever designed an enemy
sorry.
weak to EMP forgot to consider that flying makes them very resilient to EMP. This, like many interactions, is never explained. For example, the mimic ability. You buy the level 1, turn into a coffee cup, clap your hands, then never use it again. The
Okay, but if you're a coffee cup and you walk next to a mimic, will the mimic attack you? Or will they deem you a superior mimic because you're a coffee cup and you will be just like rolling away?
description implies it's for
Can you finish the game as like a toilet paper roll and you just roll to the end of it without any combat?
stealth, but this is a trap written by the aliens to trick you into thinking that's all there is
That would
to
be
it.
amazing.
Unexplained fact number 1. You can cast other abilities while mimicked. If someone
You were an apple?
thinks you're suspicious, obliterate their concern. Unexplained fact number 2. You don't take damage unless you're attacked. As we all know, fire has no effect on cardboard. Levels 2 and 3 let you mimic turrets and operators, but they suck, so why would you ever do that? Because of unexplained fact number 3. Your mimicked form has its own health bar. Once that's drained,
What?
it just kicks you back into human form. In other words, you do not take
How much health does a toilet paper roll have?
damage while mimicking. All of this would have been really nice to know,
Look
like
at
100 hours
that.
ago. The process of
Dude, it's just like deja vu. It's like, how can the gameplay be anything perfect than this? It's you're an invincible
to
toilet
know,
paper roll.
like 100 hours ago. The process of
beautiful.
making a phantom isn't perfect, and sometimes
Can you breed with other toilet paper rolls and have a toilet paper roll family? Yes.
they come out wrong. If you start hearing
Yes.
spooky music, or you're suddenly crushed against the ceiling, there's a poltergeist nearby. Where is he? Let's find out. If you're bad at fighting something you can't
I don't like the idea of alien ghosts. I don't know why. It's like a genre clashing. It's a paranormal, but still sci-fi, and I don't like it.
see, then my condolences.
That's
There's a lot of
awful.
ways to deal with them. You can throw around physics objects, cover them in glue, use the
Come.
landmine setting on a recycler,
I would just blow myself up. Whoever kidding.
or just bump into them. They're incredibly fun to fight, and there's only a couple across the whole game, so you're never expecting it. Your progress never goes unnoticed, and there's no greater flattery than an alien designed specifically to kill you. The Nightmare forces you to spend the next 3 minutes of your life playing Alien Isolation. He's big, he's
God, I miss Alien Isolation. It was so good.
intimidating, and he's also too big for most corridors. My fright and suspense has become joy
He's
at
a
the
big
notification
boy.
that I will be harvesting enough exotic material for 2 full Neuromods in the next few seconds.
Bro, he's so big, and he just like tiptoes. He's like an overweight obese ballerina. Jesus Christ.
Seconds. There's also minor enemies here and there, like cystoids. These motion-activated mines are the bane of Adderall users,
For the second part, what second part?
punishing both the hyperactive and inattentive. For anyone with a degree of self-restraint, they're pathetic, as they are the only enemy in the game to be countered by a foam dart. Later on, you'll also encounter hacked operators. These are initially annoying until you realize they're an infinite source of free materials. It's as if the developers didn't expect players to sit for hours spawn camping the fabricator. But I've already consumed every static object on the map. My recycler charge is crying out, and I need more fuel for the furnace. What
Oh
is
my
going
God.
on? Who's in charge here? As it turns out,
He just like cleans up the entire station. There's no one there. No human, no alien, no fax machine. Everything is ball. We are back to our original form. The glorious, perfect ball.
you are a you. Morgan you. You've
You are you. You.
got Alex you and you. Alex is the president, and you
You.
are the vice president. Normally, Neuromods are tested on political volunteers. Like this guy.
Volunteers. Definitely not people who were captured and they were bad people and then so we recycled them.
My name's
Volunteers.
Aaron.
Yeah.
Aaron Ingram.
However, they had the foresight to know that creating an army of superpowered convicts would be a bad idea, so you've been testing them yourself. However, since neuromods are a modification of your physical brain structure, you can't just take one out and try again. You have to physically reset your brain back to when you first installed it, memories included. The simulation lab was designed to keep you in a perpetual loop of
I would be a fucking vegetable after 2 rounds of this.
testing by
Jesus.
having you relive the same day of your life over and over again, without having to catch you up to speed each time. This went on for many months, but now the aliens are loose, everything's going to shit, and the vice president of the company is currently a 2-ply sheet of toilet paper. And through all
A 2-ply, not even 3 or 4, but he was a CEO. What the fuck?
this,
What
your
is this
brother
poverty?
insists he can get the situation under control. I wonder who I should trust. My brother, who trapped me in his personal goon cave for a year? The voices in my
I wouldn't trust my brother who traps me in his personal goon cave. Never. Never trust a brother who is willing to lock you in his goon cave. Never.
head, or the voices that used to be in my head. I think we should hear him out. I think we should destroy the station to stop the aliens for good. I think I saw a filing cabinet over there. Add it to the pile. The first half of the game plays out the same as System Shock. If you replace Showdown,
I never played System Shock. I actually have no idea what it's about. Other than that, I know that it was before Bioshock, and they learned a lot from it, and Bioshock is amazing.
with a concerned family member who's genuinely trying to stop you from hurting yourself after your needle-induced brain damage. You try to go somewhere, Alex stops you, you find a workaround, and repeat. Along the way, the game demonstrates a profound respect for your intelligence. Nobody calls to give you puzzle hints every 5 seconds, or to chastise you for your decisions. And yet, there's still this feeling I can't shake. Like I
The moon is watching you.
am being tested. Watched. We're losing him. The circumcision scar. It's opening back up.
No, not the circumcision. No, they are coming back for the regenerated foreskin. They're stealing it again. No, it just healed back. Oh no, and now you're back to oblivion.
Hey, you're finally awake.
Between the trolley problem, feeding convicts to aliens to make neuromods,
Skyrim, my apologies.
and whether you consider these people as survivors or corporate liabilities, there's a clear theme of utilitarianism throughout the story. Is it moral to feed people into a blender if
Yes.
the resultant smoothie would improve the lives of countless others?
Yes.
With that in mind, you'd expect the game to present a series of hollow, cliche
Yes.
choices to trick you into feeling emotional investment. Oh no! My Congolese cobalt minds are failing. Obese American cannot watch TikTok on Chinese vaporware phone. But if I send in more children, I will not have enough militants for my child army. What do we do? In the cafeteria, you'll find a telepath controlling an army
Now that's a big dilemma. I don't know.
of brain slaves, and one guy hiding from them in a kitchen. Will Mitchell. And I don't know about
He looks like my brother, but like bald. Is everyone looking the same?
you, but something seems off about this guy. Maybe it's his orcish demeanor,
He's
or the way he
abusive.
clearly makes up a fetch quest for you on the spot, or the way he looks in his transcribe icon, or the way he doesn't recognize you, despite having a picture of you in his room, and you being on first-name basis with half of a ship, or the explosive stockpile behind him, or how you can hear him
I say we make a smoothie out of him. How about that?
break something just to give you another fetch quest to do, or the fact that he's immune to mind control, and the only other documented case of this is a test subject who stockpiled explosives and escaped, or the fact that Will Mitchell reads as dead on the tracking bracelet system, or the color of his suit being red, despite suits being color-coded, with red meaning executive, or the way his suit is near identical to Alex's.
Nope, into the blender.
Or the way Will Mitchell's tracking bracelet is inside the freezer. Or the way he suspiciously urges you to go into the freezer. Or the way he locks you inside. Or maybe it's the human meat and butchered remains of Will Mitchell in
Suspicious meat. It could be anything, really. It could be anything.
the freezer. But I don't know.
It's your foreskin. Oh my god.
Maybe it's just prejudice. Thank you, Will Mitchell, for giving me this opportunity to grow as a man. I'll put your best features to good use. In a lesser game, you would either be railroaded
It turned him into balls. I can't believe it.
into getting trapped, or be given a choice in a system that normally doesn't. You'd be so conditioned by essential NPCs that the only way you'd even consider an alternative is if a quest told you you had options to begin with. When Alex locks down the ship, you eject yourself into space and float over to the cargo bay. Unfortunately, there's a hull breach. Until you dock a storage container, the doors won't open. You're supposed to read the serial number, enter it on the computer, and watch it go.
Yeah. I would have actually loved to watch me do that. All the heavy lifting, you go find it in floating in space, serial number, then type it to the right place, and then you can enter. Nah. You know what? That would have been 10 hours of me screaming out of my head that I don't know where to go.
However,
Someone look it up, and I would be like, help, any helpers in chat? And chat would be like, nope. Because only people who don't want help get the helpers. And me, every time I want, like, backseating is allowed. Helpers encouraged. It's like, nope, no help. There's no helpers.
Dr. Deo Igwe is trapped inside a container.
Nuh-uh.
There is no dilemma. You need to dock a container to proceed, and docking Igwe's will save him. It's not a question of who you save, him or you, Fat Man or Railroad Tracks.
You.
It's a question of whether you possess the basic human empathy to expend an iota of conscious effort to save someone. Frankly, I'm offended. How far
Same, I would never. What the fuck?
our games have fallen that you don't even have the confidence in me to do the smallest possible act of altruism? I should... Oh, hey, what's in here?
It's gonna be the guy.
Wait! What are you doing? Stop! Stop, damn you! Stop!
Oh no.
There's a group of
We just aired his dirty laundry out. It's okay.
survivors hold
Oopsie.
inside. They've locked a bunch of aliens in the room you need to go through and won't open it unless you bring them enough turrets. Based on your build, you have a few different ways to achieve this. Remember to steal everything that isn't bolted down. They won't need it.
True.
Is TranStar mounting a rescue
Recycle him. Her.
operation?
So far, we've been talking about basic high school level utilitarian ethics, but obviously, that's not the whole story. If a pregnant woman boards a crowded train, you can't just say, I expended 1,500 calories of effort today chasing women around the park. I deserve to remain seated. You'd look like an asshole. Morality isn't necessarily a universal truth.
To be fair, it's her fault. Why did she open her legs? You know, it's not your fault that someone came inside that woman. It could have been you. You could have come inside her, but she didn't let you. So I say she should stay. She should stand. It's her fault. Yeah.
Truth, nor a contract between you and
True,
those you
true.
affect, but rather between you and society, between you and how you're perceived.
And you.
If we view it from that lens, the reason you give your seat to the pregnant woman is to be perceived as a moral individual by the other passengers on the train. However, this isn't a train, it's a trolley, and I've already pulled the lever.
He's making human smoothie. It's so delicious. gross! Do you think he got the good ending? I think he got the good ending.
Main quest dilemmas aside, there's a few side objectives that require going out of your way to help someone else. For example, your old girlfriend is dying of paraplexis, which is a completely made-up condition, and she actually just swallowed a peanut. She told me to leave her behind, to focus on saving everyone else, and I followed her orders. As Einstein famously said, "When a black queen speaks, I listen." Then I came
True.
back and
Especially if she's thick.
found out there's no timer because she's completely fine. So I ventured out into the cold void of space, retrieved her EpiPen, and brought it back. Within a narrow time window of...
Dude, imagine that you're in a space station and you're being overrun and everyone is dying because aliens and shamalama ding dong, and you're dying because you ate a fucking peanut. I say you deserved it.
Whenever I felt like it. The aliens may have killed half a station, but the
Nah.
real winner of today is humanity.
I can breathe again.
Turn her into a ball. I'm begging you, please turn her into a ball.
And feel my legs.
Recycle her.
Still have some spots in the
I
eye.
do it!
But those should clear up.
Oh, I know it. It's perfect. I would have done the same. Yes.
Alex has been gaslighting, gatekeeping, and girl bossing me since day one. He bullies me with his bulbous form
Oh my
and child
god, he is so thick. Why is he so thick? Look at that. My milkshake brings the boys to the yard, damn right. It's better than yours, damn right. It's better than yours.
form and childbearing hips. My pattern-seeking brain is screaming for him to be the
Damn.
villain. He even does the whole "I'm not a bad guy" shtick. However, he's not lying. He is on your side. It's
Is
just
he?
that your brain's been so thoroughly scrambled that nobody knows who you are anymore. You had your memory wiped
you.
over and over and over again, and every time you did, you came out slightly different. I feel great. I should kill myself. Why do I have an AO free account? And why do all my bookmarks lead to the same slash
Dobby is no cheap whore. I'm going to read this later.
fiction where Dumbledore impregnates Dobby? This raises
Never mind. I'm not going to. Nah, never mind.
an interesting question. You may have started each loop the same, but the brain is not a static organ. We're shaped by our experience, and after a memory wipe, your life
Spoilers! Sorry.
is always different, leading you to develop subtly different personalities each time. So, are these the same person, or are they different people? If you make a decision and then erase all the memories leading up to that decision, was it still you that made it? Can you be held responsible for it? Be sure to let me know. I'm theory crafting a new DUI defense. If I don't remember it, neither should the judge. Ultimately, this useless hypothetical is up to you, as is the large
It's not. Because isn't there like cases when people like murder people and then they lose their memory, and it's like the person who killed the people does not remember, so should they still charge you? And I think they usually put you into the loopy house because it's like, yeah, we still have to punish you because the murders, but also you're loopy, so you go to the loopy house. Yeah.
larger question of what you're gonna do about this whole mess.
Boom.
Do you work with Alex to study the aliens and develop a way to neutralize them? Or do you trigger the station's self-destruct to stop any possibility of them reaching
No.
Earth? Personally, I'm getting the fuck
No, listen. Here's the plan. So the mimics can shapeshift into everything, but they just find boring shit like coffee cups and toilet paper rolls. We will bring out the Playboy magazine, and we will show that to the mimics, and we will put Playboy magazines everywhere, and then the fun begins. Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Oh yeah.
We failed. This isn't the one.
Aww.
If you got that ending, you may have spoiled yourself on the big twist. You
No.
aren't Morgan. Morgan's dead, as is the rest of the world.
I'm dad. I'm daddy. Hello. Call me daddy, dearest. It's all right.
You are an alien that's been neuromodded to feel empathy, but they have no idea if that even works. So the entire game has been a simulation of
Oh my god, you know what that means? It means I can change my dick size anytime I want. Oh my god. I can regrow my foreskin!
Morgan's memories, designed to see how you'd behave in their shoes. Now, I know this sounds like a cliche,
It's
but trust me,
amazing.
it isn't. It was all just a dream. Sucks because it strips a story of any...
Is that why I'm skinny? Is that why my brother is fat? Because I can be skinny, but he can't because he's not an alien, but I am. But I'm skinny.
meaning. You were all but told, all right, show's over, now stop thinking about it.
Oh,
and you
okay.
do. For a twist like this to be good, it needs to add more meaning than it removed by revealing that everything was fake. And it does. You're not being
Wait, so was I like not even on the space station? Was this just all in my head, or was that real, or why does my brother have such big tits? I'm hypnotized. My goodness.
evaluated for how good of a person you are. You're being evaluated to see if you are a person. If the implanted mirror neurons have bestowed even a shred of humanity upon you. Did you help people because it was the right thing to do? Or because it
Okay, but what if you go 50-50? What if you kind of help them, but also kind of recycle them? What then? Which one do you get?
would help your own survival? It's a much better lens for analyzing player actions than the standard good boy
Punch.
points. Recycling every single person you see might not be good, but nobody knows what these things are capable of. For all we know, summary execution
I thought recycling is good. Isn't like the 3 R's or the hard R words, like the reuse, recycle, I always forget the other one. Yeah, the reduce.
could very well be the appropriate
See, he just reduced them.
containment method. So they're not
Very
interested
nice.
in what you did, so much as why you did it, which can be gleaned from the aggregate of your decisions.
Maybe you're just like part of PETA or something. There are crazy people there. Is that okay? Are you a good person if you're part of PETA and you just like recycle the people?
If you only help people because they'd be worth more alive than dead, then you wouldn't have bothered to do their personal missions. So, naturally, the best thing to do is to take every moral action, prove at every junction that you know what it means to be human, and then kill everyone anyway. Thank you for this new indomitable human spirit. I'll put it to
Hi.
good use. In my headcanon, which is objectively true, the experiment succeeds. Hear me out. The Typhon Mimic is effectively Ditto from Pokemon, and with implanted mirror neurons, they have a potential to become our greatest companion.
You can penetrate your brother. It's kind of nice.
I see a bright
Ditto can breed with anything? Can it?
future where a fully empathetic Typhon lifeform
Oh my god, But look deep in the eyes and tell me that he's not kind of cute. Tell me that he's not kind of cute. I don't think so.
could pattern, copy, and transform into Futa Elizabeth from Bioshock Infinite. And that is a future we're fighting for.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I remember the tiny short hair with the big tits Elizabeth. That was a good timeline.
Prey is a great game that runs into issues typical of its genre. Puzzle solving with the resources available to you is
Yes.
fun, until I opened the Pandora
Penetration of brothers is not the worst thing I heard when joining a stream. See? I'm telling you. I decided I have to forge my own identity. And if it's penetrating brothers is what I have to do for that, then so shall.
Pandora's box of infinite abilities. You don't need to be creative when you have the optimal solution to every problem. Why do I bring this up? Because the DLC fixes everything.
This is a
Mooncrash is a
DLC?
semi-roguelike where you play as different characters in their attempts to escape the Pythias moonbase during a containment
Ah, it's just a roguelike. That's not the same.
breach. However, none of them survived. You are actually a hacker, simulating their memories to steal corporate
The famous, legendary, anonymous fortune hacker?
secrets. Why is it called Mooncrash?
space?
Because the title spoils the ending. You crash on the moon. Just
Oh.
awful titles all around. With each run, your goal is the same. Get the hell out. Once you do, it's time for the next
Wait, they call it a moon crash and then you crash into the moon? At the end? Yeah.
character to escape. Except, the world is persistent across runs. The first time I played this, I didn't know
It's
that.
pretty.
Looted every single piece of equipment, and died on the second run from lack of resources. After each character has a run, the simulation resets, and you do it again. Each reset randomizes map features such as loot, escape methods, and the location of key items. The longer you spend inside the simulation, the higher the corruption level, which increases the amount and difficulty of threats you'll encounter. Because of this, you need to strategize the order of escape. The engineer can repair repair of a station in preparation for the rest, while the security guard can mop up extra enemies later in the loop. Completing objectives will reward you with...
That's kind of smart. I'm actually shocked how badly this game did, like in the box office. Like, I know that it like dropped so hard. Like, there was so little amount of people playing it and buying it.
Points. These can be spent on equipment for later runs, according to the fabrication blueprints you unlocked in previous runs. Every character has their own upgrade tree, forcing you to tackle problems with a limited set of abilities. If you can ignore the fact that moonsharks are 100 decibels louder than anything else in the game and designed purely
What's a moonshark? Please don't say it's a shark on the moon.
to blow out your eardrums, I think you'll enjoy the extra content.
It's loud?
In summary, Prey is probably the best game Arkane ever made. I can't recommend it enough, because games like this are rare and unprofitable, versus the mountain of slop that executives
They didn't even put into a single player battle pass. Man, where's my refund?
produce for greater margins. An industry always caters to its consumer. It's just in this case I find myself increasingly agreeing with Talmudic rabbinical.
Why did it do so bad? Like, did they not advertise it? Is Arkane, or I don't even know, is Arkane like still a studio, or did they go bad?
teachings. The consumer truly is domesticated cattle. If you're interested, enter code ABYSSALEXU to get...
That code cannot be, actually. That's offensive! That's offensive! You cannot say that. That's offensive.
to get 90% off on GOG for the next week. It's about...
Dude, that's a good sale though. Look at that. €8. Nice.
week. It's about free bucks. It's
sad the
DRM
code
free.
is real.
It's literally cheaper than piracy. As always, more content to come, so stay tuned. A warm thanks to the many members of the Merchants Guild,
Very
generously
nice.
funding and bankrolling these videos. You're all truly wonderful. Have a good one.
I promised you my arming cape. All I ask is you hear me out first.
Is he recycling
And
his
you can blow
brother?
Talos one to pieces if that's what you think is best. I don't think you'll do it. I know. Because I used to think we couldn't be trusted to play with fire without burning the house down. But you convinced me. You showed
Oh my god, he's so fat that you can't recycle him. He's indestructible.
me anything was possible.
Oh my
even if
god.
the price was steep. That part of you.
Okay, I got scared of that. Never mind. That fucking scared me. Yes. That's wow. God damn. That actually scared me. What the hell? I hate this. Thank you very much. 10 out of 10 video. Oh man, now I feel sad that we never actually finished it.